Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Books with BethX here, and as you can see by the title, we are doing a mid-year check-in on my reading goals that I set earlier this year. Now, if you want to watch that video and see the reasons why I chose these goals, just click on the link at the top somewhere, it'll be one of the corners. I'll link it here for you. This was actually one of my first videos I ever did on this channel. But yes, I thought I would do a kind of late, as considering we will be in July by the time I film this. But I thought I would do a little check-in to see how I'm doing on my goals and sort of what I'll need to do in the next 5 or so months to be able to achieve them, because some of them I'm doing okay with, others I need to have like a little bit of a kick up my backside. So let's begin. So my first goal was actually to read more books. So I believe last year I read, I think I aimed for 2 a month, so 24 books. So far this year I'm on 23. So I've almost hit, almost hit what I read in total last year. My goal was to read 52, so that's 1 book every month. So I am actually currently behind on that by 2 books. So I do need to kind of take it up a notch a little bit. Although, to be fair, this month, the month of June, as you'll see in my wrap up, was not the best in terms of the amount of books I've read, just because I've been really busy. So that's part of the reason. Whereas hopefully next month, July, I'm taking part in another readathon, so I should, in theory, be able to read more books. And I've also got a few audiobooks on the go as well, because I haven't had a chance to listen to one of them either, because I listen to that when I work out. I haven't had time to work out at all really in June. So yeah, in theory, I should hit it. I'll also hopefully be going on holiday, so I can read a few more books during that. So yeah, we'll see. I should be okay. If not, I'll be reading a lot of short stories in December to try and catch up. My second goal was to read more non-fiction, because I believe last year I didn't read any, or may have read 1. So I set myself a really easy goal to read 4. So that's 4 out of the total 52 books. And I'm currently on 3, which is really good. So I read 3 because 2 of them were audiobooks and 1 was in that Goodreads Choice Awards challenge that I did in, was it March? Might have been March. So yeah, I've actually read 3 out of 4. So I've literally got 1 more to read for the rest of this year, which is pretty good going, but hopefully I'll hit more than that. I'd like to read more than that. I just need to find one that I want to read, because there's so many out there. I tend to prefer to read them as audiobooks, to be fair. So yeah, we'll see. But I should achieve that goal, in theory. If I don't, then I'm going to be very upset with myself. My third goal was to learn to DNF books. So last year I didn't DNF any, and there was definitely at least 1 book that I read last year that I should have DNF'd. That's why I set myself this goal. I want to be a bit braver with DNFing books, because I find that life is too short to be reading a bad book. That's the gist of it, really. So I have actually, as you may have seen from one of my other videos, I've actually DNF'd 1 book so far this year. Hopefully I won't have to DNF any more, but I have DNF'd 1 book. And that's a really good thing for me. It's quite a challenging thing for me, because I still was sat there like, should I continue reading? Maybe it gets better. And from what other people have said that have finished it and had the same issues with it as me, it did not get better. So I've done a good thing there for my own sanity. And then the book I read after, well, I think the rest of the books that month were all 4 stars, so it's fine. I don't want to read a book that I just sit there and this one honestly made me feel really slumpy. If you want to see what book that is, go watch my best and worst books video. Again, I'll link that up here, but that'll be the video that's out before this one, so you can go give that a watch. My 4th goal I'm doing okay with. It was to read more classics. And again, for this one, I set myself a goal of 4. So similarly to the non-fiction, I wanted to read 4 classics. Because last year, again, I don't think I read any. So far this year, I have actually read 2, technically. So I'm halfway through my goal. Those 2 are The Hobbit and, oh, it's right behind me, The Hobbit and The Fellowship of the Ring. And I do want to read the other 2 in Lord of the Rings as well this year, but we'll see. I feel like they're more wintry vibes, so we'll see. But if not, if I don't read all 4 of those this year, I want to try and read some more like gothic-y books around Halloween time. So like Beloved I've never read, or maybe I read a little bit of it. I'm pretty sure I've got that on my Kindle. What was the other one? Rebecca. I did read a little bit of this in university, but I never finished it, so I'd like to actually give that a read. I kind of like those sort of vibes, like, you know, like Jane Eyre, like sort of gothic-y, mystery, ghosty sort of vibes. So yeah, I'll see if I can get to a few of them. If not, I think there's a few like American literature ones I'd like to read, like East of Eden by John Steinbeck, I believe is the author. But if you have any recommendations for classics that I probably have not read, please leave them in the comments below. Another one, actually, I want to read some more Jane Austen, so if I can read Pride and Prejudice from her as well this year, then I'll be very happy. So yeah, I've got quite a big goal. Well, I've got quite a big list of books I want to read there, but give me your suggestions as well, because obviously I've read all the common classics, a lot of the modern ones as well, but it's always good to add a few more to my list. And then my final goal was to read more new releases. So I had set myself a goal of reading 5, because I believe last year I read 1 that was released in 2020. And so far I've read 2. So I'm not doing too bad, and to be fair, 3 of the books on my TBR are all new releases, including 2 that are going to be in the readathon. So to be fair, I should hit this. And I think what has helped me actually is, 1, having access to a library, because when the books are added on there, I can then read them for free through that. So if I'm worried that I'm not going to enjoy it, then at least I've got that. But also, number 2, Illumicrate. Illumicrate's really helped me. They're all new releases, they're all stunning editions. And actually one of the books I read was an Illumicrate book. The other one was God Killer, and I read that through the library and then ended up buying it because I liked it so much. So yeah, it'll be good if I could read more new releases. I want to be able to actually give my opinion on the Goodreads Choice Awards this year, because as I say, last year I read 1 new release, that was Babel, and obviously I still would have voted for that as my first place book anyway, but it'll be good to actually properly partake. So yes, that is my mid-year goal check-in. Did you set any goals for yourself this year? Any reading goals? Any wanting to read more books or wanting to read more regularly? And how have you done with them so far? Because I'd love to know. And to be fair, you might have set a goal that I probably should set myself, which I might add to my list for next year. We'll see. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.